So you might say to yourself that you want a great career, body, or relationship, but why do you find yourself procrastinating, avoiding social interaction, and avoiding the very actions that would take you to the goals that you desire? Do you get glimpses of your higher self, your dreams, and your life purpose, but then your day-to-day is just overrun by crippling anxiety, self-judgment, and depression? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because your life is run by limiting beliefs, your subconscious limiting beliefs, not by your conscious mind. And in this video, I'm going to share with you an exercise to uncover and let go your limiting beliefs so you can finally get out of your own way. Hey, I'm David, and I help people reclaim their lives from brain fog, chronic fatigue, and low self-esteem. So working with limiting beliefs is one of the most powerful things I've done for my personal development as well as for my physical health. I didn't know this at the time, or no one really told me about this, especially in even the natural health world, but your mental operating system plays a huge role in your physical health. In my case, it was just such a burden. It eventually made me sad, tired, and then of course sick. It really helped to shed light on what I needed to work on, how I was interpreting realities, and where my deepest wounds resided. So if a belief is something that we hold true or false about reality, and our reality is built upon beliefs, then what is a limiting belief? So a limiting belief is a disempowering generalization that we have about ourselves, others, and reality that helped us make it through the war of childhood and adolescent survival, but now sabotages us as adults. And I think it's really important to note that our limiting beliefs are survival mechanisms that we picked up, usually during childhood or adolescence. And so they served a unique purpose, but then they become outdated. And if you're new to the concept of limiting beliefs, I feel this quote in particular encapsulates it really well. So limiting beliefs are like the bars of a self-erected prison cell that doesn't need to exist. They keep you addicted to safety, approval, and fear. Ultimately, they keep you small and insignificant in your life. So some examples of limiting beliefs are, I am not lovable. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. I'm too old. Money is evil and I shouldn't have it. It's hard to make friends. Life is easier for others. Hey, just checking in. Are you getting value from this video? If so, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. All right, back to the episode. So I'll give you an example. In elementary school, I had joined an elementary school a few months late, and I distinctly remember kind of being marginalized by a few of my classmates. They said, oh, you're a bit strange. They made comments about my appearance and the clothes I was wearing, even my body. And then I even had an art teacher who participated in this. She commented on my capabilities, would often shame my projects. And as a result, I started to develop beliefs that, people are always judging me, that it is unsafe to be seen, and that I'm unworthy of connection. And as an adult, this resulted in crippling social anxiety and just wanting to be withdrawn. I had so much trouble making friends because I ultimately did not feel worthy of connection. And this kept me really small. All right, it's time to discover your limiting beliefs. So there's a PDF in the description below. Definitely check that out and rewatch this video in order to go through the steps once again. Okay, so first of all, we're going to dial things down. We're going to do a brief meditation, just a little visualization to get into a space. And then I'm going to call out sentence stems, and you're going to complete them. And just see the first thing that comes to the surface, okay? All right. So just be in a comfortable seat wherever you are. You can do this really on a train or in commute. Just don't do this while you're driving, please. Okay. All right. So I want you just to feel your feet in the earth, rooting down, or just whatever body part happens to be touching the ground or the surface that you're sitting on. And just feel your roots going into the ground. And then bring that awareness to your legs, top of your legs, your pelvis. Notice any holding there. Is there any tension? Just call out to say, I see you, I accept you. How about the stomach? We often hold a lot of tension here, a lot of self-judgment. So how is your stomach feeling? And the bottom of the stomach or the abdomen? How about the top of it? And just release that too. And come into the heart space in your chest. How's your breathing? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Are you open here? Or do you feel closed? And just notice that. And in your throat, what's the quality of your throat in this moment? Is it constricted, tight? And then just feel the muscles in your face. Is there tension there? And just notice that, and maybe invite it to be let go. And now put your attention on your third eye. And I want you to, if you haven't already, just close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, bringing your attention to your third eye, I want you to imagine an elevator. So you're opening the door to an elevator here in your third eye. And just imagine walking into that elevator. Just imagine what it looks like, all the details. What's the size of the elevator? What's the design of it? And now in the space of your third eye, notice this elevator, and you're going to start hitting the down button, and you're going to be descending in this elevator. So I want you to imagine that this elevator is starting to move down. And as it moves down, you notice that there's a bright blue indigo light shining through the glass. And as it moves down your throat, it changes into just a lighter blue light. And then when that elevator reaches your heart space, I want you to stop. And then imagine the door opening, and as you step out of this elevator, there's a bright green light here. It's a warm green light over your face, like that perfect summer day, and just a comfortable light just warming your face, all nice and toasty. And just breathe into that heart space, feeling that green warming light. And now that we're in this space of ease and softness, I want you to complete these sentence stems. So I'm going to call them out, and I want you to repeat out loud or just repeat to yourself silently the first couple things that come to mind. Okay. So the first one is, life is. Life is. And don't judge, just complete it. Life is. The next thing is, people are. The next one is, money is. Next is, the world is. Next is, I am. The next one is, I cannot make good money doing something meaningful because. And lastly, I get in my own way by doing. Okay, so I hope that gave you a taste of some of your limiting beliefs. Some of these are going to be more difficult to access. You're going to need some, subconscious techniques, which I'll detail, later in the video. But this certainly gives you a very powerful starting point from which to take action. So definitely check out the PDF handout and dedicate a full hour, if not more, to just filling this out, journaling, doing stream of consciousness, writing, and you'd be surprised what flows through you. All right, so it can be really shocking to confront your limiting beliefs, especially if you haven't done a lot of inner work. It's a tough pill to swallow to know that these are the really disempowering things you're carrying with you on a day-to-day basis, and this is constructing your reality. So I'm going to walk you through just a couple of questions in the exercise, but for the full set of questions, do check out the PDF. So I want you to pick one of your limiting beliefs. Doesn't matter which one it is, but from the exercise, just call to mind one limiting beliefs. Maybe it should be, maybe not the strongest one, perhaps just like a medium one, let's say. Okay. So now that you have the limiting belief, I want you to ask, where did this belief come from? Next, I want you to ask, holding this belief has kept me safe because? How is this belief only a partial perspective on the world? An alternative, equally valid interpretation of the facts could be, how is this belief flat out false? What would an impartial third party say about me holding this belief? 3 counterexamples to this belief are, would I want to pass on this belief to my children? What is the cost I am incurring because of this belief? If I drop this belief, my life would improve in the following ways. So here's the last and most powerful question in order to reframe this belief. An alternative and still valid belief that would get me better results in life is, and the importance here is that you don't want to delude yourself into over positive thinking or anything like that. You just want to be more objective now that you're an adult, now that you have more experience to draw from. And so the goal here is to find a belief that still feels true, doesn't feel like it's a overshot or anything like that, but it's just a lot less crippling than what you're currently believing. So I'll give a personal example here. So one of my limiting beliefs was, I am not lovable. And an alternative belief that is still valid but gets me better results in my life is, I will never be lovable by everyone, but I can always be lovable to myself. I am independent of the good and bad opinions of others. The more that I engage in self-love, the more authentic my expression is. My authentic expression is a source of love for a portion of people that are receptive to my authentic expression. As I go deeper into my self-love, I attract those that naturally love me. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that exercise of uncovering your limiting beliefs. So this is a really powerful starting point for your personal growth. It's going to help guide you to a lot of different modalities. So what is the next step? The next step, once you've uncovered your limiting beliefs, and this is just, there's going to be more that reveal themselves as you do more work, because your subconscious mind is going to start releasing these things to you. It's going to bubble to the surface. You're going to want to have to rewire these limiting beliefs. Believe me, they are not going to go away on their own just because you've written them down. These are hardwired behaviors that have usually been there for decades. So what do? Well, one of the things that I do, or you can start doing, is doing subconscious audio affirmations. So recording yourself kind of, saying these, equally valid and alternative beliefs that you want to invite into your life. I'll do a video on how to do those, and I'll even share my own. So the next is hypnosis. So you could either work with a hypnotherapist, or you could listen to there's some hypnosis audios even here on YouTube. So that's going to be very powerful to start to override that. This is very helpful in particular for triggers, anxiety, habit changes, things like that. Visualizations is the next one. So being able to visualize your goals, really feel emotionally the state of having that which you desire. And that's going to be very powerful, because when you feel the emotion of the end, like living in the wish fulfilled, you're feeling the emotion of having that which is you want, then you're going to have the thoughts of someone who has that. And then you're also going to take the actions of somebody who lives, in that state or embodies that state. The next is shadow work. I did mention in the video that some of these limiting beliefs are buried very deep within us. And they may not be apparent just from one pass at this exercise. So shadow work is really going to help you feel safe, or for your subconscious mind to feel safe in releasing these things to the surface. These are very painful memories that these beliefs resulted because of some painful memories. So a lot of times we have protective mechanisms. Shadow work can really assist us with this. So definitely try that out. And then lastly is intentionally exposing yourself to what you fear. There's a lot to be said on that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, well, that's it for today's video. If you got value, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos on how to optimize your mind, body, and emotions so you can live out a life of purpose. Once again, it's such a pleasure to share this information with you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Tell me, what are your limiting beliefs? What did you discover from this video? Once again, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you move through this world with ease.